behind you when you go. There are 3 wooden crosses on the right side of the highway.
The following is a presentation of Dakota Sports on KOKK.
3 seconds, 2 seconds, there's a 3 and 2, oh my God, it went in! They scoring! Tyson at the buzzer! Left wing, Whiting open for that 3 again, and again it's good. Whiting with her 3rd 3.
Dakota Sports is committed to excellence in sports broadcasting.
3, 2, 1, and it is official. The Wolsey Wessington Warbirds have won the 9B football championship.
Tonight's action is brought to you by our First Team Sports Backers.
That's right, and thanks so much to our area sports sponsors, including Shooters in Wolsey, Wilbur Ellis, Ken Clark Insurance, here on Community Campus, Lumberland Furniture, Burns Manufacturing in Wessington, Olympic Motors, Dairy Queen in Huron, Dakota Land Feeds in Huron Regional Medical Center, Car Chiropractic Clinic in Huron, and the Real Estate Connection. South Dakota Attorney General's Office, Division of Consumer Protection, brings us the reading of the officials. Gary Zell Auto Glass is our post-game report sponsor, and the Mirror Family Hair Care brings us any in-game scoreboard updates. Wolsey Wessington sponsors tonight on the road here in Castlewood for boys playoff basketball. Onward Wolsey Business Association and American Family Insurance, and they take on another team that we've seen in the 281 in Iroquois Lake Preston. The Sharks, the 6th seed at 4-16. We'll talk to Brock Dufek here in just a few minutes. We'll also talk to Hayden Hooks, head coach of the 3rd seeded 16-4 Wolsey Wessington Warbirds. And again, these two teams did go at it a couple of times in the regular season, both big Warbirds victories. So we'll talk about that here in the pregame show. We'll also get your officials, brought to you by the South Dakota Attorney General's Office, Division of Consumer Protection. And of course, we'll get you a look at the scoreboard. We got another game over on Tiger as James Valley Christian is taking on Dubrook tonight over on Tiger Radio on 95.3 FM and 1340 AM. KIJV, so you can hop back and forth there. We got the YouTube feeds going. We're ready for playoff basketball here on Dakota Sports. So again, we start here on KOKK with Iroquois Lake Preston, the 6th seed against number 3 Wolsey Wessington. Sharks at 4-16, 2 losses to the Warbirds in the regular year. The Warbirds come in at 16-4. We'll talk to Coach Hooks about his season, about the postseason aspirations. But first, Brock Dufek. The first time I've had a chance to visit with the Iroquois Lake Preston head coach. We'll talk Sharks basketball with Brock Dufek after a 2-minute timeout. 2 minutes on KOKK.
Hi, I am Tyson Lean. As a college wrestler, I push my body to the limit every day. But after a few injuries, I started to feel like I wasn't performing at my best. That's when I turned to Car Chiropractic and their team of experts. Through a combination of adjustments, rehab, and natural supplements, I was able to recover faster, reduce my pain, and improve my overall performance on the mat. Whether you're an athlete or just looking to improve your health, I highly recommend giving Car Chiropractic a try.
When is the right home truly the right home? This is Reg Kleinsasser with the Real Estate Connection. First, can you afford it? Beyond the purchase price, you need to consider utility costs, maintenance costs, and property taxes. All of these factors add to the actual cost of a new home. Does the home meet your needs? Buying a large house when your kids are heading off to college in a few years or paying for a view of the lake when you are hardly home probably doesn't make sense. At the Real Estate Connection, we are dedicated to helping you find a home that meets your needs without breaking your budget. We're ready to help you find the right home today. Give us a call, 352-1300, or visit our website, realestatehuron.com.
Stop into Shooters Saloon in Wolsey today for some good food, good drinks, and great time. Shooters has new hours. They're open Monday through Friday, 3 to close, with the kitchen open 4 to 10. Shooters is now open Saturdays, noon to close, with a lunch special and appetizers available noon to 4. Be sure to follow their Facebook page to find the weekly special and any drink specials they may be having. You can still get all their normal menu items like their delicious ribeye dinner and, of course, Shooters' famous homemade pizzas 4 to 10 p.m. Monday through Saturday. Make your next stop at Shooters Saloon in Wolsey.
Onward Wolsey Business Association supports all activities of Wolsey Wessington School. Onward Wolsey includes 281 Preston Travel Center, Roland Wheel Restaurant, American Trust Insurance, American Bank and Trust, Buzzin' Coffee, McGilvery Heating and Cooling, Mid-Dakota, Coleman Well Drilling, and Cane Creek Outfitters. Best of luck to the Warbirds from Onward Wolsey Business Association.
Your headquarters for sports is Dakota Sports on KOKK.
To the pregame show here, Matt Watson live from Castlewood tonight as the Iroquois Lake Preston Sharks take on the Wolsey Wessington Warbirds here on the road. A 281 game all the way one here in Castlewood. And we'll talk first with Brock Dufek here, the Iroquois Lake Preston Sharks. And like I said, it's a 281 game, but you got to drive all the way here to play it.
Yep, I know. This is our third time playing them too, so we both know each other pretty well. I know my boys are pretty excited to get going.
What did you learn in those first two games? I mean, I know you kind of know what you're getting, but what did you guys personally learn?
They're athletic, and we know who we have to stop. We know what we got to do. Now we just got to lay it all out there, I guess.
Talk a little bit about your season. You come in tonight 4-16. Obviously, some high points, some low points. But just talk about how the season went as a whole for the Sharks.
We're a super young team. We got 4 seniors on the team. Saw a lot of improvement from the beginning of the year to now, and every single day they're improving. And I'm super proud of these guys. Every single day they come to fight, practice, they come to get better, and there's no quitting these guys at all.
During the postseason, I always talk about the seniors because while this is a team game and you got a lot of kids on this roster, the seniors are the guys that are going out there for that last few games of their senior year, that last playoff run. So just a few words. You don't have to go through every single one, but just a few words about this group of seniors.
They're a bunch of leaders. Yep, bunch of leaders. We got Josh McNash, he's number 0. He's our leading scorer right now. Kind of takes control of the point and runs the show for us. And we got Weston Woodcock. He sometimes guards their best player. Pretty versatile that way. AJ Wink will get out there to get us some big boards. And then Nathan Eddinga, he comes out there and we put him on their quickest guy. Because he is all about defense. So it's a good group of guys.
All right, real good. Well, thanks so much for joining us, Coach. Good luck in the game, and hopefully we'll talk to you down the road.
All right, thank you.
Brock Dufek there, head coach of the Iroquois Lake Preston Sharks. Back to the studios. We'll come back with Coach Hooks. We got starting lineups and officials before the tip-off here. Pre-game show, Wolsey Wessington and Iroquois Lake Preston on the road in Castlewood. Playoff boys basketball on KOKK.
Wilbur Ellis is a leading provider of innovative solutions in plant protection, plant nutrition, and field technology. They offer premier products and one-on-one relationships with local field experts to help their customers grow. Wilbur Ellis is committed to bringing you and your operation new and innovative ideas. Contact your local Wilbur Ellis specialist today to find out how to maximize your return on investment. Wilbur Ellis wishes all area high school athletes the best of luck this season.
Action news on the scene. Once again, a craft of some sort has crash-landed. I can see movement coming from the craft. Is it the sun? It is. It's confirmed and emerging now exactly what we thought. It is the sun. Ty Clark has just emerged from the craft. He's the son of Kent Clark. And yes, they're teaming up like Superman and Boy Wonder. Father and son finally together. Kent Clark Insurance, Wessington. Equal opportunity provider. 458-2281. For your crop insurance needs.
Dakota Sports is committed to excellence in sports broadcasting.
Back to the pregame show on KOKK, live from Castlewood tonight as Wolsey Wessington takes on Iroquois Lake Preston here in playoff boys basketball action. Talk to Coach Dufek. Right now we sit down with Hayden Hooks, head coach for Wolsey Wessington. And Coach, thanks for joining us here. The number 3 seed here in the tournament, 16-4 on the regular year, and 3 wins to close out the regular season. So you got to kind of feel like you're making a nice, strong push here into the playoffs.
Yeah, we do. Our goal's been to be playing our best at the end like anybody, and we feel like we're kind of there, and hopefully we can make a good little run right here.
Well, and here you see a team, obviously, too, that you've seen a couple of times this year. You kind of know what you're getting or know what to kind of expect.
Yeah, we've played them twice already. They're going to play as hard as they can. They're in our conference. We play them all the time. So these kids have been playing each other for a long time.
Does that make it a little different for you, think, in the playoffs when you play a team that's in the 281 versus a team that's not? Does it make it a little bit of a different game, even though it's a playoff game?
I think it makes it easier to prepare because you know each other so well and you see each other so often. And I think it's probably fun for the kids to play people that they know. And I don't know. Hopefully it gives us a little bit of a comfort level to start the playoffs. we've had a week off. You never know how you're going to come out.
That was going to be my next question. You have had a little time off. The kids got to be a little antsy.
Yeah, you could definitely tell the last couple days it's time to play a game, and I think they'll be excited. Hopefully we can put together a good game.
Real good, Coach. Well, thanks for joining us here. Good luck in the game.
Thank you.
Hayden Hooks, our head coach of the Wolsey Wessington Warbirds. Back to the studios. We'll come back with starting lineups, officials, and we'll be ready for tip-off. Wolsey Wessington against Iroquois Lake Preston. Playoff boys basketball next on KOKK.
With nearly 130 stores in 12 states, Slumberland has the box from the nation's top furniture brands. Slumberland is America's #1 dealer for La-Z-Boy furniture. Slumberland is also the Midwest's largest retailer for Sealy, Simmons, Stearns & Foster, and Tempur-Pedic mattresses. Slumberland of Huron is completely locally owned and operated. Our staff, including sales and delivery, is made up entirely of your neighbors in Huron. So for the best brands at the best prices, along with truly local service, turn to Slumberland Furniture of Huron.
It seems like nothing's built to last these days. Well, here's one that's built to last a long time. Portable creep feeders from Vern's Manufacturing in Wessington. These creep feeders are built with convenience and durability in mind. Feed flow is easily adjustable with an agitation bar to prevent bridging and snug-fitting lids. Portable creep feeders from Vern's Manufacturing are made locally in Wessington, South Dakota. Put a
And I think we are back here just in time for our engineer back at the studio. Nate, I'm probably receiving a text. Yeah, there it is any second now. I think we're all back and all good, though. And getting ready for the pregame show to wrap up here, getting set for tip-off. Remember, our officiating crew, as always, is brought to you by the South Dakota Attorney General's Office, Division of Consumer Protection. Our officials tonight, James Benning, Matt Cadwell, and John Rasmussen. Again, our law on the court tonight here in Castlewood, James Benning, Matt Cadwell, and John Rasmussen for this matchup between Wolsey Wessington and Iroquois Lake Preston. Brock Dufek, the head coach of the Sharks. He's assisted by Nate Parker, Dustin Rydell, and Dustin Wagner. Sharks will have off the bench tonight Nathan Enninga, Dante Glanzer, Ben Kurd, Aiden Query, AJ Wink, Rowdy Scheel, and Rayson Tim. Brock Dufek and the Iroquois Lake Preston Sharks will start. Number 0, 6'1" senior Josh McMasters. Number 1, a 5'10" freshman Lucas Pesky. Number 21, a 5'8" sophomore Rexton Blue. Number 30, a 6'3" senior Weston Woodcock. And number 45, a 5'11" junior Ryan Green. Again, McMasters, Pesky, Blue, Woodcock, and Green. They'll wear the blue unis with the white numbers. For number 3, Wolsey Wessington, 16-4 on the year, 3 wins in a row to close out the regular season. Warbirds have off the bench Colin Hughes, Harley Roberts, Keaton Zomer, Isaiah Sabalier, Sawyer Nelson, and Cade Van Buskirk. Coach Hayden Hooks, assisted by Austin Chemnitz and Ralph Newton. The Warbirds tonight will start number 1, a 5'8", 5'9" junior Peyton Rainford. Number 2, a 5'11" senior Grant Tim. Number 4, a 6'3" junior Moshe Richmond. Number 5, a 6-foot sophomore Caleb Richmond. And number 30, a 6'3" senior Tate French. Again, the Warbirds go Rainford, Tim, Richmond, and French. Looks like they'll wear the traveling whites tonight with the black numbers. They'll award Wolsey Wessington, or announce Wolsey Wessington rather, with their starting lineups, and we will be ready. Wolsey Wessington, Iroquois Lake Preston, 3rd meeting of the season. And the old adage, if I'm using that word correctly, is it's tough to beat a team 3 times in the same season. The Wolsey Wessington Warbirds handled both games against Iroquois Lake Preston by a pretty fair margin. And we'll see tonight here if they can do it a 3rd time. Wolsey Wessington getting announced here on the floor, and we'll be ready for tip-off here. Again, our starting lineups our officials, brought to you by the South Dakota Attorney General's Office, Division of Consumer Protection. As always, they bring us the law on the floor. The Mirror Family Hair Care brings us scoreboard up. Any in-game updates brought to you there by the Mirror. Lori and Kylie down at the Mirror offering a plethora of services for every member of the family. Try to grab some scores here to pass along. Of course, we had a score here earlier tonight as Castlewood defeated Oldham Ramona Rutland 73-43. Castlewood getting to host, DeSmet the 2 seed getting to host. Wolsey Wessington missing out on hosting duties by a pretty slim margin here with a 16-4 mark as the 3 seed here in the region. So we get set for tip-off here as Iroquois Lake. Wolsey Wessington, a few last quick conversation with Coach Hooks. And they'll be ready to roll. Here they come. Center circle will be Moshe Richmond for Wolsey Wessington. Will be opposed there by Josh McMasters from Preston. Official in the center circle. The tip is up and we are underway. It's tipped over to Peyton Rainford and the Warbirds will get the first look. Here's Caleb on the wing. He'll drive in past a couple of defenders, goes lefty off the glass. And Caleb Richmond will open the scoring for Wolsey Wessington. 2-0 Birds going full court, trying to press into some turnovers, and they do. Here's Caleb coming out of the pile with it. Richmond is fouled on his way to the basket, and we'll get early free throws here for Wolsey Wessington as Josh McMasters whistled for his first. Just underway here in Castlewood. Underway a little bit ahead of schedule. Early game went to running clock as the final was 73-43. Caleb Richmond knocking down his first free throw. He'll have one more. Wolsey Wessington leads 3-0. Caleb Richmond all 3 points, and he'll make it 4 as he's good on both free throws. Inbounds, Lucas Pesky in the backcourt for McMasters. McMasters meets the double team, lobs it across the timeline for Ryan. A handoff back to McMasters, right corner for Woodcock. Woodcock on the wing. Here's Pesky for 3, and that one rolls in. Caught front iron, kind of sat, went around the world once, but Lucas Pesky good for 3. Richmond for 3, and that one is good. Woodcock just left to the top of the key. McMasters at the top, drives in. Nice pass to a cutting Pesky who can't quite finish it off. French on the rebound. French ahead to Caleb. Caleb left wing, back to Tate. Handoff, kept it. Drives it on the left wing. Now for Moshe. Moshe got some isolation. He dribbled it off his foot. McMasters, no, Pesky will pick it up. Ahead to Woodcock, chased down by Richmond. And Moshe will push that one, Caleb rather, will push that one out of bounds. And the Iroquois Lake Preston Sharks will inbound. Wolsey Wessington 7, Iroquois Lake Preston 3. 6.5 to play opening quarter. The early show here is Caleb Richmond has all 7 points. McMasters, the drive, leaves it for Green in the corner. Now Pesky, a wing 3. That one is good. He's got all 6 of the Shark points. And it's 7-6 Warbirds. 6:20 to play opening quarter. French looking at 3 from the corner, doesn't want it. Rainford to Tim, handoff to Moshe on the right wing. Here's Caleb. Top of the key, steps back, looks at 3, doesn't want it. Rainford, nice slip to French. French left wing for 10 is up and in. Tate French in the mix with his first basket. 9-6, Wolsey Wessington leads, and Lucas Pesky, the freshman guard for Iroquois Lake Preston, a couple of early threes. He's got 6. Step back, thought about a heat check 3, but he finds Woodcock on the wing. Left behind him, almost gave it up. McMaster's going to throw it at the basket. No good. French the rebound. French ahead to Rainford. Rainford right side for Moshe. Moshe passed one into another, ran into Green, and Green was not set up. So Moshe will shoot a couple of free throws as Ryan Green will pick up his first foul. And boy, if Green is set on that play, you might have yourself a charge on your hands. 5:36 to play opening quarter. 9-6, the Warbirds lead. Richmond to the free throw line. Moshe's first is no good. So 9-6. Caleb Richmond has 7 of those 9. Tate French the other basket. Pesky has all 6 of the Shark points on a pair of threes. Moshe's second free throw will rattle in. He's 1 for 2. The team is 3 for 4, and the Warbirds lead 10-6. Here's McMasters across midcourt for Ryan Green. Right wing Woodcock gives it off to Pesky. Pesky the drive. Finds McMasters on the wing. He'll try the deep three. No good. Rebound Moshe, and Moshe off and running. Tips it ahead, and Ryan Green take it away. Green, Pesky, right corner. Here's a three from Blue. Rex's three is no good. French on the rebound. French ahead to Caleb Richmond. Caleb on the wing, left side. The drive to the free throw line. Back out to Rainford. Rainford the drive. Lobs it into French. French working post on Green. The turnaround, little baby hook. Rattles. It won't go. Green ends up with the rebound. Green ahead to Pesky across midcourt for Rex Blue. Here comes the double on Blue. Top of the key for Green. Ryan looking at a dribble. Again finds Pesky. A deep three. No good. Let it go, and it's out off Iroquois Lake Preston. Wolsey Wessington leads. Brock Dufek definitely winning the award for best shirt in the 281. Wears a pink Sharks shirt. Loving it here in Castlewood tonight. Again, first time I got a chance to talk to Mr. Dufek since he's been coaching Iroquois Lake Preston. Here is a drive by Caleb Richmond, and he's fouled. We'll go back to the line with the Warbirds. Fouls on McMasters, and that's his second. So now Dufek's going to have to do something here. With 4:25 to play in the opening quarter, he'll go to Dante Glanzer, the 6'1" junior. First free throw for Caleb is good. He's 3 out of 3 from the line. He's got 8 points in just about 3.5 minutes of basketball. Make it, oh no, rimmed out. I thought that one was going in. Back on the unforced error. They weren't really pressing that. I think that was just court awareness there. Here's French, left side on the baseline, working on Green. Back outside for Caleb. Rainford, Tim to Moshe, right wing. Cuts it back, drives to the basket, can't finish it off. Rebound Woodcock. Woodcock for Ryan Green, the junior across midcourt. Back to Weston Woodcock. He'll leave it up to Pesky out near the center circle. Rainford now out to defend. Not going to let Pesky get a good look from 3. Here's Blue, left side. Ryan Green for 3. No good. Rebound tipped once by Pesky, but taken by Caleb Richmond. Hanging back for some full court D, the junior Glanzer. Left corner, French looks at 3, doesn't want it. Drives baseline. The runner up and in. Tate French a couple baskets in the opening quarter. And the Wolsey Wessington Warbirds lead 13-6. A couple of early threes by Lucas Pesky. Had it 7-6, but now a 6-0 run by Wolsey Wessington. Pass to a cutting Woodcock. Kicks it out in the corner for Blue. Rexton the drive, leaves it underneath for Pesky. Pesky's pass picked by Caleb Richmond. And Caleb the other way, knocked out of bounds by Woodcock. So Wolsey Wessington will inbounds. They'll bring Colin Hughes in. Iroquois Lake Preston bringing Josh McMasters back on. Green will check out. Grant Tim will come out for Wolsey Wessington. Warbirds inbound, a 7-point lead, 3 minutes to play, opening quarter. Rainford around in the right corner for Hughes. Richmond, stutter step, drives. Off the window, it's good. Caleb Richmond, the hot hand early. He's got 10 of their 15 points. Here's a 3 on the wing, no good for Glanzer. French the rebound ahead to Caleb Richmond. So again, Caleb 10 of their 15. Here's another 3 for Pesky. And now a timeout by Dufek. 2:35 to play opening quarter. Warbirds lead 15-6. We'll take a full timeout, 60 seconds. Back in a minute on KOKK.
Do you know that your cattle are eating? Are they going like you expect? At Dakota Land Feeds, their experienced feed consultants can help you be sure your cattle are getting everything they need to perform and what will help you increase your bottom line. Let Dakota Land Feeds help formulate the right ration to fit the needs of your cattle, whether you have growing calves, feedlot cattle, yearlings, or beef cows. Dakota Land Feeds has feed consultants across the territory to help serve you. See your local Dakota Land Feeds dealer today.
Roll into 2024 with incredible savings. It's the New Year Blowout Sale at Olympic Chevrolet Buick GMC in Huron. Over 200 new and used in stock. Save over $2,300 off a Buick Envision. New Chevy 1500 Crew Cab. Save $6,500. Get a GMC 1500 Crew Cab with over $7,700 off. It's the New Year Blowout Sale at the new Olympic Chevrolet Buick GMC in Huron. New name, same great service.
You're tuned to Dakota Sports.
Welcome back to Lost Connection. Wait a minute. And I think we might just be back here in Castlewood. 2:24 to play opening quarter. Wolsey Wessington off the Shark timeout with the steal. Moshe Richmond the drive, lost it at the last second. Weston Woodcock picks it up, and we go the other way with McMasters, who will finish at the rim for Iroquois Lake Preston. So 15-8, Wolsey Wessington's lead is 7. 2 minutes left first quarter. Caleb Richmond on the wing left side. And here's a three, and that one is good. And Richmond on fire, I think, is the best way to put it. He's got 13 of their 18 points. Woodcock, he's going to travel, and a turnover back to Wolsey Wessington. Hey, was that Caleb on that other three? Was that Caleb again on that three? Just now? Hey, okay. I'm glad I checked because I gave Caleb credit for the three. Tate French knocks down the three, so he's got 7, and Caleb's got 10. And both coming out hot here as they lead by 10, 18-8. Here's Moshe kicking it back out to Rainford. Right wing, Caleb up top for French again. Here's another three. Front iron, this one comes up short. Rebound by Nathan Enenga. And Enenga in the game for the first time tonight for Iroquois Lake Preston. Rexton Blue on the wing left side, leaves it out for Pesky. Back to Rexton, and he will hold court here for 1:15 to play in the opening quarter. 18-8. Warbirds by 10. First double-digit lead of the night. Here's a drive. Kick out to Woodcock. 3-ball. Right wing. No good. French to board. Ahead to Caleb. Now Moshe. Moshe underneath. Wide open is Colin Hughes for the Bunny. First bench score for either team. Biggest lead of the night for Wolsey Wessington is a dozen. Woodcock on the wing left side. Looks at three. Doesn't want it. Cross court. Rexton Blue looks at three. He doesn't want it. Rainford almost took it away. Blue's going to cut to the basket. Stops at the free throw line. Back outside for Enenga. Enenga leaves it off to Pesky. Pesky top of the key. Rainford knocks it away. Pesky finds the handle. Final seconds of the shot clock. Woodcock right side. Fadeaway comes up short. Tate French another board. It's almost a shame I don't keep rebounds because French has got at least 4 or 5 here in the opening quarter. 15 seconds to play in the first. A 20-8 Wolsey Wessington lead. Warbirds holding for the final shot of the opening frame as they come out of the gates pretty hot here in the playoffs. And Rainford going to pick up an offensive foul. His first. A.J. Wink is on for Iroquois Lake Preston. He'll join Ryan Green and Josh McMasters. Well, McMasters came back in, I guess. Green is checking out. And Grayson Tim was checking out as well. So what do we got on the floor? McMasters, Pesky, final seconds of the opening quarter. McMasters, a fading three is no good, and that'll do it for the opening frame. After 8 minutes of hoops here in Castlewood, Wolsey Wessington 20, Iroquois Lake Preston 8. We'll come back here after a 1-minute timeout, back in 60 seconds on KOKK.
The HRMC Physicians Clinic proudly welcomes the newest addition to their team, General Surgeon Dr. Terry Larson. Dr. Larson brings a wealth of experience and expertise in general surgery, along with a passion for providing exceptional care to his patients before, during, and after surgery. Whether you're in need of a simple procedure or a complex surgery, Dr. Larson is here to guide you every step of the way. Visit hrmcphysiciansclinic.org to schedule an appointment today. HRMC Physicians Clinic, the right care is right here. Welcome, Dr. Larson.
Onward Wolsey Business Association supports all activities of Wolsey Wessington School. Onward Wolsey Business Association includes Sandy's Cut and Curl, Santel Communications, Agtegra of Wolsey, Shooter Saloon, Dakota Environmental, H&S Heating and Cooling, Wolsey Wessington School, and the City of Wolsey. Best of luck to the Warbirds from Onward Wolsey Business Association.
Dakota Sports is committed to excellence in sports broadcasting.
Welcome back to Castlewood, South Dakota. Warriors get to host. They are the 1 seed here in the region. Wolsey Wessington, the 3. DeSmet hosting the other side. James Valley Christian playing there right now. Duffy's got the call on that over on Tiger Radio. Here's Weston Woodcock using the window for the first basket of the second quarter. And it's a 20-10 Wolsey Wessington lead. French looks at 3, doesn't want it. Handoff for Moshe. Moshe the drive, splits a double team and lays it up and in. Moshe's first field goal. 3 points on the night. McMaster's in the backcourt across the timeline, knocked away, and he will lose it out of bounds. So the Sharks just going to turn it over to Wolsey Wessington with 7:24 to play in the opening quarter. Grant Tim is back in as Colin Hughes checks out. Tim will inbound here into Rainford. Rainford back across midcourt. Here's Moshe on the right wing as Wolsey Wessington goes back to work. Warbirds a 12-point lead. Biggest lead has been 14. French fighting green underneath, and French going to get a couple of free throws. Ryan Green giving up a few inches to Tate French here, but has done a pretty good job inside against the 6'3 French. Tate, 7 points in the opening quarter. First free throw is good. Warbirds from the line are 5 out of 7. 13-point lead. French can match the biggest lead and does, as the Warbirds enjoy their biggest lead of 14 points. 24-10. Wolsey Wessington on top. Ryan Green trapped in the backcourt. He'll take it across the timeline, or just shy of it. Pass to a cutting McMasters. McMasters drives, kicks it back out. Rainford the steal. Rainford had it knocked away by Pesky. French took it away. French's feed for Rainford, though, is too low and out of bounds, and a turnover on Wolsey Wessington. Rexton Blue back on. Rex will take A.J. Wank's spot. Woodcock's going to check out as Ben Curd is on for Iroquois Lake Preston. Inbounds, Ryan Green across the timeline. Gives it ahead to McMasters, who ran into French, and there was no call, so McMasters just puts it up and in. He was kind of waiting for a block, and Tate was kind of waiting maybe a charge, but nothing was said, so Woodcock, okay, I'll hit this. 24-12, a 12-point Wolsey Wessington lead. Moshe the drive, and again, they turn it over. As Richmond on the drive, they're trying to leave it out to Peyton Rainford on the wing, but Rainford was cutting back to the top of the key. So it'll stay a 12-point lead for the time being. 24-12, Wolsey Wessington. Iroquois Lake Preston on the inbounds. Ryan Green in the backcourt. Ben Curd back there. Here's Pesky. Pesky will break the press across the timeline. Green on the right wing. Lob inside for Rexton Blue. Rex keeping an eye. Here's Pesky. Pesky the 12-foot jumper. Airmail. Rebound French. French had it knocked out of his hands. Pesky comes up with it. Pesky going right back, and he traveled. Pesky trying to step through and kind of do a little spin move there as French had him covered up pretty well, and just takes the extra step there as Wolsey Wessington will get it back with 6:10 to play in the first half, leading 24-12. Grant Tim up top, Rainford right side back to Tim. Grant Tim the drive, free throw line jumper short. Tate French the rebound, puts the putback up and in. 11 for French, and the lead is 14 for Wolsey Wessington. Rex Blue in the corner, pass off McMasters. McMasters traveled, and the turnover back to Wolsey Wessington. McMasters just kind of trying to make something happen there, trying to get a spark here for this team. And then he just gone into the step through there. He's okay, but didn't put the ball on the floor when he received the pass. So here's Tim, Grant Tim on the left wing up top. Caleb Rainford now inside for Tim, and Tim blocked and knocked away by Ryan Green. Green over to Pesky. Looks like Sawyer Nelson will come in next chance for Wolsey Wessington, the 6'4" sophomore, obviously figuring into the future plans for the Warbirds. Haven't seen an awful lot of him on the varsity floor, but definitely keeping an eye on him for the future for the Warbirds. And here we're going to have a 30-second timeout. 5:08 to play first half. 26-12. Wolsey Wessington leads. We'll take a timeout of 30 seconds. 30 seconds here on KOKK.
American Family Insurance. This is Crystal Volkertson, agent at Volkertson & Associates, Inc. As your American Family Insurance agent in Huron and Miller, I'm looking out for what matters to you, even when nothing's wrong. Call me today at 605-352-4943, and let's talk about your insurance needs today.
American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
You're tuned to Dakota Sports.
Quick scoreboard update brought to you by the Mirror Family Hair Care downtown Huron. Dubrook leading James Valley Christian at the half over in DeSmet 40-36. That is our game of the night over on Tiger Radio. Here's Pesky on the wing. Another three, and another three is good for Lucas Pesky. And the freshman, a nice night here. 9 points, 3 threes on the night for Pesky. Here's French with the answer, and I got your answer right here, son. Tate French from downtown. Tate's got 7 in this quarter, 14 in the game as he has come on strong. Wolsey Wessington opens up again a 14-point lead. Here's another Pesky three, no good, but a long rebound to McMasters in the corner. He tried to hit Pesky on the cut, rebound, or ball grabbed away by Moshe Richmond. Off to Caleb, back to French, another three, no good, top of the key. Offensive board, Sawyer Nelson blocked on the putback by Ben Kurd. Ball ends up with Iroquois Lake Preston. Boy, they have let him go at it tonight, and it hasn't really leaned either way. They've just kind of let him play, let him be physical. Moshe trying to lead Nelson on the pass, and a little too much lead, and a turnover for the Warbirds. Here comes Colin Hughes back on. Hughes going to replace Moshe. Dante Glanzer ready to come back in for Dufek and the Sharks. He'll replace Ben Kurd. Midway point of quarter two, 4:08 to play in the first half, 29-15. Wolsey Wessington has matched their biggest lead of 14 points. So Dubrook leads James Valley Christian at the half, 40-36. Castlewood beat Oldham Ramona Rutland tonight, 73-43. And DeSmet all over Arlington. I think it was 69-30 maybe. Either way, a DeSmet victory as they host the top seed here in this region. Wolsey Wessington, the 3 seed on the road. Here's Moshe, another three, no good. Offensive board, Hughes, he had it knocked away. And Tate French will come in to scoop it up. French had it knocked away, scooped up by Rainford. Rainford to Hughes, left wing to French. They'll reset with 25 on the shot clock. Caleb Richmond, left wing, finds Nelson in the post. Nelson working on Glanzer, works the up, kicks it back out to French. French the drive, 10-foot jumper, no good. Rebound Hughes. Hughes had to save it in and did to Rainford. No rim though, no fresh shot clock. Hughes will try a three, no good. Rebound Pesky. Pesky pass way ahead to McMasters. He'll drive all the way to the basket, and the scoop is up and in. Boy, that one with suspense and all sat on the iron for just a moment. Wolsey Wessington's lead back to a dozen, 29-17. Caleb Richmond free throw line jumper is true. And after a 10-point opening quarter, Richmond has cooled off a little bit. He's got a dozen now, and again, French has 14. And here's an over and back on Iroquois Lake Preston as Green passed it to Rexton Blue before he had crossed it. I mean, he caught it and landed across the timeline, but the official saw an over and back in the process of 31-17. Wolsey Wessington out to their biggest lead. Caleb Richmond, top of the key, right corner for Moshe. Moshe the drive, goes baseline, pass one into Green. Ball knocked away now by Pesky. And it's out of bounds on Iroquois Lake Preston. Boy, French got the shortest of breaks as he will come right back on, and Hughes will check out. And now the official making French tuck the shirt in a bit, and we'll get back underway. 2:36 to play first half, 31-17. Warbirds with a 14-point lead. It's the biggest it has been tonight. Here's Caleb up top for French on Moshe. Back to Caleb on the right wing. Grant Tim back to Caleb. No Moshe. Moshe the drive. Splits a double team and drops it in. 5 for Moshe. Warbirds' biggest lead, 16, with 2:15 to play in the half. Pesky across midcourt. Ryan Green up top. Hits a cutting McMasters. McMasters with the finish. You just feel like if they could get more plays to get McMasters cutting to the basket, he'll finish them off about every time. Ryan Green trying to draw the charge and instead draws the block, and I think we'll have a basket and one. Did the basket count? It did. So Ryan Green with his 3rd foul. And Moshe will pick up not only the basket, but the free throw as well. So a 17-point advantage with 1:55 to play is the biggest lead for Wolsey Wessington. Warbirds looking to move on here in this Region 2 tournament. Here's McMasters, and we got an offensive foul on Dante Glanzer. Moving screen away from the ball will be Glanzer's first. That'll be, I think, 3 on Iroquois Lake Preston in the second quarter of this one. Wolsey Wessington has been called for 1 foul in this entire game. Here's Hughes trying to push one up. He got a cut on his hip on the way to the basket. Tried to kind of muscle one up, but couldn't quite get it up there. Rebound Pesky, and he'll race to the other end. Pesky, a corner 3, no good. Moshe the rebound, and Moshe Richmond off and running. Bounces it to Caleb on the wing. He'll fire another 3, no good. Rebound McMasters. 1:10 to play in the first half. Wolsey Wessington leads by 17. McMasters knocked away. Moshe with the clean steal, running a 3-on-1, and Moshe with the chance to dunk, and he lost it on the way up, and oh, he hurt his left knee as he is down. And they're going to have to get a look at him as, again, he loaded up to get up in the air to try to flush that one, and he is down on the baseline there looking at that left leg as the trainers will get a look at this. We'll send it back to the studios here for a minute. Back with an injury timeout back in a minute. 60 seconds on KOKK.
Stop into Shooter's Saloon in Wolsey today for some good food, good drinks, and great time. Shooter's has new hours. They're open
for your crop insurance needs.
Dakota Sports is committed to excellence in sports broadcasting.
Welcome back to Castlewood, and we're back underway as Moshe was, he looked to be in a lot of pain, but I mean, he's up and walked to the locker room under his own power, and McMasters on the ensuing play will get the basket and the foul. And it's on Peyton Rainford. So Wolsey Wessington has been called for 2 fouls in this entire first half of play. Peyton's got both of them as McMasters sets up at the free throw line. Well, DeSmet beat Arlington tonight 72-34. We saw Castlewood beat Oldham Ramona Rutland here in Castlewood 73-43. McMasters finishes off the old-fashioned 3, and he's got 11. Our game of the night over on Tiger Radio is James Valley Christian. And I'm trying to wheel up far enough. There's a lot of scores going on tonight here around the area. Dubrook and James Valley Christian, I guess the last update I have is at the half. Dubrook led by 4. Final seconds of the first half here in Castlewood. Wolsey Wessington a 14-point lead. Caleb Richmond's going to try another 3, and he knocks it down at the buzzer. Second 3 of the night for Richmond. Wolsey Wessington matches their biggest lead of 17 points. And I guess the only question mark now is, will Moshe come back out for the second half so we can get a look at him? Or is this going to be an injury issue for the Wolsey Wessington Warbirds? Right now looking good, 39-22 Warbirds at the half. Back to Castlewood after a 2-minute timeout. 2 minutes on KOKK.
It seems like nothing's built to last these days. Well, here's one that's built to last a long time. Portable creek feeders from Burns Manufacturing in Wessington. These creek feeders are built with convenience and durability in mind. Feed flow is easily adjustable with an agitation bar to prevent bridging and snug-fitting lids. Portable creek feeders from Burns Manufacturing are made locally in Wessington, South Dakota. Put a portable creek feeder from Burns Manufacturing of Wessington into your farming operation.
Hi, I am Tyson Lean. As a college wrestler, I push my body to the limit every day. But after a few injuries, I started to feel like I wasn't performing at my best. That's when I turned to Clark Chiropractic and their team of experts. Through a combination of adjustments, rehab, and natural supplements, I was able to recover faster, reduce my pain, and improve my overall performance on the mat. Whether you're an athlete or just looking to improve your health, I highly recommend giving Clark Chiropractic a try.
When is the right home truly the right home? This is Reg Kleinsasser with Real Estate Connection. First, can you afford it? Beyond the purchase price, you need to consider utility costs, maintenance costs, and property taxes. All of these factors add to the actual cost of a new home. Does the home meet your needs? Buying a large house when your kids are heading off to college in a few years or paying for a view of the lake when you are hardly home probably doesn't make sense. At the Real Estate Connection, we are dedicated to helping you find a home that meets your needs without breaking your budget.
All right, I think we are back here in Castlewood as we are at halftime, 39-22. Wolsey Wessington out in front of Iroquois Lake Preston. As we take a look at our scoreboard. Remember, scoreboard updates are brought to you by the Mirror Family Hair Care, downtown Huron. The Mirror located 35 4th Street Southeast, downtown Huron. You can call or text Kylie for an appointment at the Mirror, 605-553-1628. Or you can call Lori at 605-883-HAIR. The Mirror Family Hair Care offers services for the entire family: cuts, colors, waxes, perms, hair treatments, shampoo sets, eyelash extensions. Again, stop in or call Lori at 605-883-HAIR or call or text Kylie at 605-553-1628. The Mirror also accepts walk-ins. The Mirror Family Hair Care, 35 4th Street Southeast, downtown Huron. So earlier tonight here in Castlewood beat Old Hammer Mona Rutland 73-43. Here at the half in this one, it's 39-22. Wolsey Wessington on top of Iroquois Lake Preston. Other scores, our game of the night over on Tiger Radio. Jeff Duffy with the call is Dubrook area leading James Valley Christian 47-43. And let's see if they say they lost me at the studio here, but it says connected on my end. That one says connected. All right, let's see here. Searching. See here. Okay, let's go. 3 sentences, maybe.
Wessington, equal opportunity provider, 458-2281 for your crop insurance needs.
Okay.
You're tuned to Dakota Sports.
And welcome back to Castlewood. And if you're going to have technical difficulties, halftime is probably the best time to do it. As Nate just pointed out via text, the sponsors, you get to hear from our wonderful sponsors, the people that keep us on the air, the people that keep us covering these games. So great point, Nate. Just a few extra sponsors over the halftime. You're not missing any action. No harm, no foul, as they say in the basketball world. So scoreboard updates are brought to you by the Mirror Family Hair Care. That's located in downtown Huron. Lori and Kylie at the Mirror, offering a plethora of services for the entire family at the Mirror Family Hair Care. 35 4th Street Southeast, downtown Huron. Walk-ins are accepted. Stop by, see Lori and Kylie at the Mirror. So the Mirror bringing us scoreboard updates. DeSmet beat Arlington in DeSmet tonight, 72-34. Castlewood beat ORR tonight here, 73-43. Wolsey Wessington all over Iroquois Lake Preston, 39-22. James Valley Christian at last check was down 4 in the third quarter. That's our game of the night over on Tiger Radio. And with a minute to play in the third, they are tied at 51. Let's see who else. Wessington Springs all over Avon, 43-27. 2 minutes to play in the third quarter of that one. Other area teams keeping an eye on. Boys basketball, Highmore Herald in front of Ipswich, 35-29. 3 minutes to play in that one. Warner is ahead of Hitchcock Tulare boys, 48-43. They got about 7 minutes to play there. Remember, we do have another game going on. Our game of the night over on Tiger Radio is James Valley Christian against Dubrook, and that one is tied at 51 towards the end of the third quarter. I think that's about it for scores right now. Scoreboard updates brought to you by the Mirror Family Hair Care, downtown Huron. And the Mirror also bringing us our scoreboard update here. 39-22. Wolsey Wessington out in front. The Warbirds, the 17-point lead and the possession arrow. They'll start the second half with the basketball. So the Warbirds a chance to extend their biggest lead of 17 points. Grant Tim from the corner thought about a three. French finds a cutting Moshe, and Moshe is not only back into the game, but scores quickly to get to double digits. So that's 3 in double digits here tonight for the Wolsey Wessington Warbirds. As French at the half had 14, Caleb had 15. And again, good news for the Warbirds is Moshe is okay. Moshe loading up for an attempted dunk and slipped a little bit and lost his footing, and it looked like he hurt himself pretty bad, but down for a few minutes, went to the locker room, came back out, and now ready to go here in the second half. That left leg has a sleeve or tape on it or something, so they did a little bit of work on him, but it looks like he's running just fine. Here's French, top of the key for Grant Tim. Moshe, the drive, and we'll finish it off with the layup. So Moshe definitely okay. He's got a dozen and a couple of baskets to start the second half. Will extend the Warbird lead to 21 points. Here's Ryan Green for three. That one no good, and the rebound is up on the top of the backboard, and that will be out of bounds. $11 for McMasters, 9 for Pesky, 2 for Woodcock. That's your rundown for Iroquois Lake Preston. 22 first half points. Here's Tate French for three. No good. Weston Woodcock tips himself the rebound. He'll leave it ahead to Ryan Green. Green ahead to Pesky. Right corner, Rexton Blue for three. No good. Long rebound in the corner is chased down by Caleb. Caleb Richmond back across midcourt. Right side, little hesitation, blows past McMasters and lays it in. Caleb with 17, 1 of 3 in double figures for Wolsey Wessington. Here's a steal by Caleb. Caleb ahead to Moshe, and Moshe again the finish. This one rocks out, but Caleb is there for the rebound. Back out to Grant Tim. Tim top of the key. Woodcock stumbled a little bit, got in his way, and turnover here. So Wolsey Wessington with the ball. Tate French right corner, right wing. Here's Grant Tim for three. That one is off the mark. Rebounded by Ryan Green. And Ryan tried to throw it a full court heave, and he did all the way past the back baseline and into the stands. It was a little too much mustard on it there for Ryan Green. So the Warbirds have it back, leading by 23. Here's Moshe inside. His pass to French is tipped up and out of bounds. And the Warbirds will inbound on the offensive end in a 45-22 lead. 5:36 to play here in the third. Winners move. Pass inside. French works it up and in. So Tate has 16. Caleb has 17. Moshe has a dozen, and they have scored all but Colin Hughes' 2-point basket of the Warbirds' points. Here's a Woodcock three, rebounded by Moshe. Moshe ahead to Rainford. Rainford's pass ahead to French, tipped and stolen away by Pesky, and then taken right back by Moshe. Moshe has the ball knocked away on his way to the basket. And no whistle there, and Rexton Blue will come over top of the key, left wing to Pesky. Pesky, handoff, Green. Ryan Green just left to the top. Cross court, McMasters in the right corner. He'll drive baseline. Teardrop is in the air, and he got another basket and one. 13 for McMasters and a chance to make it 14 as he gets the foul on Tate French. So that's French's first, and the first on any other Warbird other than Peyton Rainford. Green checks out as Dante Glanzer's back in. Grant Tim will come out for Wolsey Wessington as Colin Hughes is on. Hughes, French, the Richmonds, and Peyton Rainford for Wolsey Wessington. The extra free throw for McMasters is good. He's 3 of 3 from the line. He's got 14 points. And we'll get a Dufek timeout with 4:49 to play in the third. Wolsey Wessington leading 47-25. We'll get a timeout of 30 seconds to break. 30 seconds on KOKK.
It seems like nothing's built to last these days. Well, here's one that's built to last a long time. Portable creep feeders from Vern's Manufacturing in Wessington. These creep feeders are built with convenience and durability in mind. Feed flow is easily adjustable with an agitation bar to prevent bridging and snug-fitting lids. Portable creep feeders from Vern's Manufacturing are made locally in Wessington, South Dakota. Put a portable creep feeder from Vern's Manufacturing of Wessington into your farming operation.
Your headquarters for sports is Dakota Sports on KOKK.
Welcome back to Castlewood. Wolsey Wessington, a 22-point advantage here over the Sharks of Iroquois Lake Preston. Here's another Caleb Richmond three, no good. French, though, will tip the rebound out to Rainford, and they'll get another look. Rainford on the wing, new shot clock as well. 4.5 left, third quarter. Moorbirds by 22. French for three, came up short, rebounded by Woodcock. Woodcock for Pesky. Pesky tried the full court to McMasters, tipped by Rainford, stolen by French. Here's Moshe again. The drive stripped again. McMasters takes it away. Josh the other way. He'll drive all the way to the basket, and the finish for Josh McMasters. 16 on the night for McMasters. He leads Iroquois Lake Preston. And the Warbird lead is back down to 20 as French takes a pretty good shot at the top of the key there as Pesky just trying to get the ball back. It wasn't anything malicious, but French kind of angled into it and got a pretty good shot there as Lucas Pesky will pick up his first. Moshe checking out. Brings Sawyer Nelson back on. French, the inbounds into the backcourt. Rainford left wing to Caleb. Midway point of the third quarter and a 20-point Wolsey Wessington lead. Hughes in the corner, has the pass go through the hands of Nelson, but Rainford in the corner to collect it. He'll try the three, no good. Woodcock the board. Back across midcourt, McMasters, right side. Feeding, a cutting Pesky. Kicks it in the corner for a Rex Blue three. That one good. Rex Blue from long range, his first basket. Warbird lead back to 17, 47-30. 3:25 left in the third. Hughes on the right side for Rainford in the corner. Back up to Hughes. Lob high post, French at the free throw line. He'll try that jumper, and that one no good. Sawyer Nelson had the rebound knocked out, and it was off Woodcock. Grant Tim ready to come back on. Tim will replace Nelson. And with 3:13 to play in the third quarter, the Wolsey Wessington Warbirds lead is 17. Inbounds is an alley-oop to French, and Tate will finish that one off. So now 18 for Tate. Caleb's got 17, a dozen for Moshe, basket for Hughes, and there's a steal by Grant Tim. Tim had it knocked away by Woodcock and out of bounds, so Wolsey Wessington will inbound on the offensive end, a 19-point lead, and clock going just under 3 minutes here in quarter number 3 from Castlewood. Grant Tim on the inbounds. Tim lobs it in for Caleb. Caleb right wing to French. French in the corner, looks at three, doesn't want it. Back around to Caleb. Rainford, now Tim on the left wing. Couple of dribbles, back Rainford around to Caleb. Caleb right wing. French from the corner, 15 on the shot clock. Cross court for Rainford, looks at three, he doesn't want it. Inside for Hughes. Hughes working post in the middle of a triple team. Back out to Grant Tim. Final seconds of the shot clock. Tate French, the teardrop from the free throw line, no good. Rebound tipped out. Moshe or Caleb can't finish it off. Rebound this time tipped out to McMasters. McMasters wild at the other end, but got the contact on French, so does get the whistle and almost got it to go in. Tate French has 2 fouls. Peyton Rainford has 2, and that's it for Wolsey Wessington in this entire game. Sharks have 2 players, well, 1 player with 3, Ryan Green. First free throw for McMasters is no good. The team 2 for 3 from the line. McMasters has shot all 3. Nice game for Josh, 16 points thus far. Second free throw comes up short. Woodcock the rebound, and they'll get another look. Up top, here's a Glanzer 3. That one good. Dante Glanzer from downtown. First bench scorer for Iroquois Lake Preston tonight. Here's Caleb with the answer. His 3 is no good, and then he kind of got shoved by Glanzer. He might have an argument there. Maybe he should have fell down. McMasters looks at a 3. No good. French the rebound, off and running. French ahead to Caleb. Caleb in the lane. The teardrop crawls up and in. He'll get the basket and one. So Caleb 19 and a chance to make it 20 as the whistle is on Weston Woodcock, and that's his first. So 3 on Iroquois Lake Preston here in the third quarter. Woodcock will check out as Caleb Richmond goes to the line trying to complete the old-fashioned 3. The Warbirds are 7 of 9 from the free throw line tonight, make it 8 of 10. Ante Glanzer a pair of 3s here in the third. 52-36, back to a 16-point Warbird lead. 40 seconds left in the third and a near over and back. Caleb saved that one for Wolsey Wessington. Now Tim to Rainford, back to Tim. Grant doesn't want the corner 3. Inside French working on Green. Got the spin move, got the whistle, didn't get the basket. He'll get a couple of free throws. As Ryan Green versus Tate French has been an interesting battle this evening. French is 2 for 2 from the line. 18 points on the night. Make it 19 as he's good on the first free throw. That foul also for Ryan Green is his 4th. So we'll see if Dufek elects to do anything here with 27 seconds to play in the third. French will knock down both free throws. So he's got 20 to match Caleb, and the lead is back to 18, and the Sharks are going to turn it over as the heave to the other end is a toss out of bounds. And thankfully, we'll get a timeout because it looks like we got disconnected again. We'll work on that after this on Riverfront Broadcasting. On to Friday at the arena. They'll go there 17-4. For Wolsey Wessington tonight, they got 7 off the bench. 1 for Sawyer Nelson, 1 of 2 from the line. 2 for Harley Robertson, 4 for Colin Hughes. The 3 starters scoring all in double figures were Moshe Richmond with 19. Moshe went 3 of 6 from the free throw line and scared the Wolsey Wessington faithful when he went down in the second quarter with what looked to be a possible knee or at least left leg injury. Looked pretty painful at first, just needed a few minutes to collect himself, went back to the locker room, came out, started the third quarter, and played for the remainder of the second half. So we got to believe that now Moshe okay, but definitely putting a scare in the Wolsey Wessington Warbird faithful as Moshe ends up with 19 on the night, 3 of 6 from the line. Tate French, 24 points this evening. Tate was 4 of 4 from the free throw line and battled Ryan Green all night inside. Tate hit a couple of threes, went 4 of 4 from the line. He had 24, but not to be outdone, Caleb Richmond puts up 25. Richmond was 5 of 7 from the line. He knocked down a couple of threes in the game, and Caleb and Tate got going early. They scored 29 of their 39 first half points, and by then it was on as the Wolsey Wessington Warbird boys will win their 17th game of the season, and they will head to the Huron Arena, a 3 seed here in Region 2. On Friday. So make sure to tune in tomorrow morning. Jeff Duffy will have all the schedules, the upcoming games that we'll be covering, the games that we won't be covering, all the schedules, all the scores available bright and early tomorrow morning on 12:10 a.m. KOKK. You're listening to the Gary Zell Auto Glass postgame show. Let's send it back to the studios for a minute. We'll come back with our Mirror Family Hair Care scoreboard, a final look at that, and we'll sign off from Castlewood. Wolsey Wessington wins it 75-49. Take a look at your Mirror Family Hair Care after a 1-minute timeout, 60 seconds on KOKK.